Good evening, my movie loving brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us on this evening, on Monday evening, on the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel, where we like to talk about all things movies, movie news, and other screen-related stuff. I am, of course, your humble host, Key Toothman. I am actually joined today by a friend, colleague, and co-host from all the way in Tennessee. Brother of Lucas Farney is my buddy Noah Farney. Noah, how are you doing today, buddy? Give me 1 second. I need to pull you up. For some reason, we have lost you for temporarily. Let's see what I can do. And I think we fixed it. There he is. There's Noah Farney. Noah, how you doing now? You are also muted, and now he's unmuted. Now we have the full-blown Noah Farney. Noah, how's it going, buddy?
The man, the voice, the myth.
Yes.
I'm doing well. I'm waiting patiently.
You're there clearly in the Tennessee Screen Talk Live studio.
Yes,
that we have
with my clear accent here.
We have personally built. I have a split screen that I do not have you in as well. Let me go ahead and try to do something about that as well, because I totally spaced that. So let's see what we can do. But yeah, tell us how Tennessee's been while we got you here. How's it been down there? Or yeah, it's down there, right? Yeah, down there in Tennessee. How's it been?
I think technically it's actually like latitudinally higher.
Is it?
Like I think so.
Okay.
I think so, but it is considered the South, so it is down there.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely down there. It's great. It's definitely warmer. It was like 30 degrees for you guys the other day when it was seriously 79 for us here. It was awesome. I was outside with my shirt off and shorts on the whole day. It's beautiful. It's been very beautiful, and Tennessee is just great. Everyone out here is super nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I have not yet, obviously, as you know, been able to go out there, but
yeah,
I can't wait to eventually get the chance. One of the things we're going to talk about here in a little bit is one of the things that you have out there in Tennessee is 4DX theaters. Love those things. Had my first experience with one of those. So did you recently too. So
yes,
we're going to talk a little bit about that here soon. But I believe I have everything ready to go and corrected. Guys, we have been gone for a while. As most of you probably know and seen the videos, we went down to Texas to visit Shelley Duvall and had a little interview and got to spend the day with her. Go check out the videos for that, obviously, if you haven't already. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a blast, and we kind of had a little bit of a break, but it's Monday. We have a new kind of setup in the studio. We have some stuff going on here, some construction, a window being added, some air conditioning, this and that. And so hopefully it will open it up and create a more free-flowing space for us here in the studio. And then hopefully we are able to eventually get it looking and sounding pretty good, and maybe we can have Noah join us on the show a little bit more often. So, let's see here. I think we are ready to go ahead and jump into our first main topic today. So let's go over to our topic screen and check out what is our first main topic today. Well, our first main topic today is this. So Noah, as I was saying, we both had the 4DX experience now, and we both had it. I don't know how this happened, bro. But somehow we both seen Ant-Man in 4DX for our first time.
But not
even though we are states away from each other at this point. We were still able to make it happen. And I just want to say, I really enjoyed and dug the 4D experience. As I've always said, movies are definitely evolving into this more of an event, amusement park ride type of experience, and this is the ultimate version of that, I would say. So yeah, quickly, I just want to say 4DX is great. I really enjoyed it a lot, and there was lots of things about it. In fact, we should do a whole separate thing about that, and we will later. So let me jump into my thoughts on Ant-Man after seeing it again now, this time in 4DX. First time I seen it, I felt, first of all, I had lots of theater issues. The Dolby
AMC was unable to get going, so that it takes us into a different theater, but it was smaller. The sound was terrible. Terrible theater experience. I did come away with a free AMC guest pass for my terrible experience, but I'm an AMC A-list member, so if you're a fan out there and you want a free movie ticket and you're in the local area, reach out to us here at Screen Talk Live, and I have a free movie ticket for you. But other than that, I just felt really like it was mediocre. I felt a lot like everything Marvel's been doing recently has just been very mediocre for me. And going to this 4DX, theater, while we were down there visiting Shelley Duvall to see this Ant-Man 3,
I will say that I had a lot better experience. I also, seeing it in 3D, I think really made the CG and a lot of the movie look a lot better. When I see it in 2D, sometimes it looked really bad. But in 3D, surprisingly, it was like a whole different kind of movie, to be honest with you. Obviously, all the other things were the same. The plot lines were the same. I was still disappointed that we're not really pointed in any direction other than like Kang, lots of Kang. But yeah, I would say this time around,
I actually enjoyed it a little bit more. I definitely don't think it's deserving of a 47, whatever it is, percent on Rotten Tomatoes. You know, the fans got it in the 80s, mid-80s, I believe. I think that's more accurate. And you know what? To be honest with you, if we had a 4DX theater, Noah, I would go out and I would see this
movie again, to be honest with you. But here locally, where we live, I don't have that 4DX option, even though it's like $25 by the way, for that 4DX ticket. But still, I want to go see it again now. But no 4DX. So I probably won't see it again. But yeah, I'm going to say this time around, I'm going to give it a thumbs up, surprisingly. And I don't know. I'm in the pantheon or in the what we've had from Marvel in the last year or two, honestly, this may be up there. Honestly, I think this may be better than as a movie, as an event, as an experience. I think it may be better than Thor and Doctor Strange and even maybe Wakanda Forever. So I actually enjoyed it a lot more the second time around, and I'm glad I had a chance to see it the second time. I will say, maybe it's the 4DX that makes me lean this way, but hey, it is what it is. We do have 2 out of theater reviews for it up too for me and Lucas, so make sure you guys go check that out. But Noah, you had a chance to see it a little bit before me and 4DX. First, give me a little bit quickly of your 4DX experience and your thoughts on that experience, and then what are your thoughts on Ant-Man?
Well, first, I definitely would have never even known about 4DX theater if it weren't for you, and I just think it's so crazy how we really did end up seeing our first movie was the same movie and see in 4DX, but we were just states apart, and it's awesome. I mean, it's sad, but it's awesome. Like, it just shows that like the bond is still there, and with that being said, it was great. I'm very happy that it was my my first 4DX movie. It was very enjoyable. I think I might have enjoyed the movie itself a little bit less had I seen it not in 4DX for the first time. I mean, I was still really excited for it, and I'm a really big Jonathan Majors fan. I watched Lovecraft Country, which if nobody's seen that while you're waiting for the rest of Kang, go watch that because he is incredible and he's the lead and he just carries the hell out of that show. But it's on HBO Max. But anyways, it was great for the most part. There was definitely parts of it that were a little bit odd, but I really liked. I tried to be optimistic about a lot of things. Like, I even in a weird way, I liked MODOK or whatever. And
I love that.
Yeah, and I love the fact that it was the villain from the first Ant-Man. Like, that was, and he was hilarious. He was like, look at me, I'm a big head.
Right.
Like, it was awesome, and it was crazy that
but
he died so fast.
Me.
My friend,
I'm such a big dick.
Guy that such a big dick. Yeah, that was the best moment. I watched your review on it, and I remember when you said that. Like, I was like, that absolutely was the best moment of the movie. That was 100% the best moment of the movie. And it just
it's never too late to stop being a dick, guys. Don't you forget that.
It's just it made me it made me happy that, like, obviously, like, we're in the throes of, like, the next big villain, and, like, it's really as much a Kang movie as it is an Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. It should have been Ant-Man and the Wasp and Kang.
Right. No doubt.
But which I did love, but this is a spoiler review, right?
Yep, for sure. Okay. Open spoiler, so spoil it up.
It was a bit odd that the Conqueror died.
Yep.
That is
very weird
one thing. Leaving that, I was like, it was odd. I will say I do appreciate a bit the chaotic approach that has come to Kang so far. Like, when we first seen him, he was the man who remains, or he who remains.
Yeah, he who remains.
You know,
He was great,
and
as
it was
that.
great.
It was awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the next time we see him, he is the conqueror, like the one we see in like his stance when he's always like this, and oh my God.
So me and Lucas kind of have this theory that maybe he who remains, when he died, Kang the Conqueror version, seen the timelines were splitting, and he decided, okay, since he who remains isn't here anymore, I must take on this. Since I'm the conqueror.
Right.
I can kill us all. So I am going to take on the he who remains role.
Right.
And I think the Council of Kangs banished him.
Right.
They were, in some way, I think they used the Avengers, because there's lots of talks of they and them. Yeah, you know, in that end post-credit scene, they're like, you know, that means they are getting closer.
Yeah.
They're touching the time.
Well,
they're talking about the fucking Avengers, man. They're talking about, or they're talking about the Fantastic Four. But either way, they're.
I think
I got
look.
You can't see, dude, but I got goosebumps all over my arms.
Fantastic Four, for sure.
I am ready to see this stuff, man.
the
I'm
Fantastic
so
Four.
tired of these little hints and teases and all this stuff. I'm ready to see something, man. Give me a character. Give me Reed Richards somewhere.
But that's why I loved Ant-Man, is because like they introduced Kang first, and like I think that Kang is going to be. I think they're going to go with the route of him being a descendant of Reed Richards. You know, like in the comics, Kang is.
Well, he is. Well, because he becomes.
And sometimes he's.
And that's something we talked about too. He becomes Iron Lad. You know, like he becomes a version of Iron Man and becomes a good guy. And so the Conqueror version that we've seen, and there's the questions too of, you know, did he die, or is there like a further quantum?
Well,
because you know, look what happened to.
I don't think that he did. I
what's his name?
We can assume he didn't die, if we're being real, but that does make
Darren, right?
Right.
Darren
makes him into another Darren. Yeah.
Darren.
It is Darren, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that part where he lowers down and he's like, my old mentor. And he's starting to talk, and he's like, Darren? Oh, my God.
Oh.
What happened to you, man?
Oh, my God. So great. You happened to me.
Right. Yeah, and probably one of the greatest lines of the whole thing was, as he was dying, he looks up at Scott and he's like, at least I got to die an Avenger. Right. And Scott's like,
I knight you. You're an Avenger.
You're in. You're in.
Yep, you're in.
MODOK died an Avenger.
Man.
I seen some stuff on TikTok where people were like, MODOK was low key there with the Avengers all the time, and there's
Avenge
like all
the Fallen.
these. There's
Avenge
like all
the
these
Fallen.
shots of different like MCU moments with the Avengers, and they've added MODOK into them. Yeah, and it's like that's great.
My favorite, my friend, the guy I went to the 40X with, he sent me a meme of the you know, remember the posters from Endgame where it was like Avenge the Fallen, but it was MODOK. Yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny. That was so funny.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was kind of bummed when
I was too.
I mean, it was also hilarious. All the fact that his head was so big, the amount of like coughing up he was doing, because his head's so big that it
was not comparative to that for sure.
That was really good too. But yeah, MODOK was great. That was probably the best part of the movie.
The scene where he was, I can't remember exactly what was happening, where there was like a bunch of different Scotts and the fucking.
Oh, that's great. I call that the Family Guy scene, right? Because it's very reminiscent of when Stewie and Brian.
Sure. Go back to the pilot.
Yeah, for sure. And they have to, like, there's so many versions of, like, one of the Brians is dead. Right? That's the Baskin Robbins, Paul Rudd. They do it 3 times. They hit him with the third one is when he's climbing up. You know, the Baskin Robbins was like, and again, as a father with a daughter, love the father-daughter moments. Mm-hmm. You know, the fact that all of the Scots wanted what they, you know, as mangled and dumb as they all were, they all had one goal, and once they realized it, they started to come together, like get him up to the top. We got to get Cassie. We got to get, you know, I thought that was great.
It was,
you know?
and I thought, honestly, I thought of you and during that scene, like, just like how like powerful the how powerful fatherhood is,
Yeah,
like
for
it
sure.
completely changed a man. I mean, he was like a thief before, like,
Yeah.
and it's great because he just like, he lost that time. He was trying to be a changed man, and he like literally trying to save the world, lost 5 years of his
Yep.
life, and then he's trying to deal with it. Now she's a grown, she's a little him.
Well, there's that
She's getting
scene,
arrested and stuff.
in Endgame where he finds his own missing Pershing's poster, and then runs to the house, and she comes out, and there's only one line there, and it made me cry like the 48 times I watched that movie. And she comes out, and Paul Rudd has all these tears strolling down his face, and he puts his hands on her face, and he says, "You're so big." And it's just such a great moment.
Right, because he's Ant-Man too.
Right,
And
exactly.
right,
right.
for sure.
And then his lines with the book, to bring it all together,
And then when she got big, oh my God, I'm so glad you said that, because when she got big, he goes up, he's like, "You're so big now. You're so big now." Oh, that's a good callback. That's a great callback.
For sure.
Wow.
I overall, like I said, I enjoyed it a lot more this second time around. So thumbs up, thumbs down, world. Noah, what are you saying?
I said thumbs up out of the theater.
Is it better than the Eternals?
I mean, definitely better than the Eternals. That's the only Marvel movie I don't like.
We almost couldn't have you on the show.
It's incredulous that it's below that movie. Like it's unfair. It's unfair.
For sure.
It's better than Thor: Dark World. I would say there's quite a few movies
it's better
above. I mean, definitely the last, like, Wakanda Forever.
I think it's better than Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Too, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And definitely Thor.
Yeah, the 4 or whatever. Yeah. But guys,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. But guys, you guys are hearing this. Our thoughts, Ant-Man 3. What'd you guys think of Ant-Man 3, man? Did you guys love it, hate it? We could go on. We could have a whole hour-long episode talking about all the real spoilers and stuff like that. But just wanted to give you our quick little thoughts on it. So definitely let me
say one thing about the 40X while we're on it still.
Uh-huh.
So the best part about it, hands down, is they have little vents in front of you, and then vents in front of you, and the vents in front of you squirt water at you, and they'll just like squirt air at you, and it's awesome. Like, I kept thinking it throughout the whole time. This is so great. At one point, I mean, maybe I was just really invested in the movie, but I swear every time Michelle Pfeiffer came on screen, it sprayed a perfume, because suddenly the whole theater smelled nice, and like I felt like I was like in the same room as Michelle
we even
Pfeiffer.
had a moment where like an explosion happened and the room filled with smoke.
Right. Oh yeah, they did that for sure. They did that. But Lucas put his coat on his vent in front of him, so he missed all of that.
So he missed this.
He missed all of that. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, like I was saying,
let
me know your thoughts on Ant-Man 3. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we're going to jump into our second main topic today. And our second main topic today is this. So Noah, we're like, what do we determine? 2 days? Are we less than 48 hours away from Mandalorian season 3? And I got to be honest with you, I've lost all the hype. Usually you'll hear me, the next thing I'll say is, I am so excited for this or something. But man, I don't know. We had the book of Boba Fett, which I hated.
Terrible. I mean, the only part about it that was good was
the Mandalorian stuff, right?
So it was like Mandalorian 2.5 or whatever.
For sure. So outside of that, outside of those Mandalorian episodes, it was pretty bad. And like I said, I think the combination with that and the fact that it's been so long now, it's been like a year or two, a couple of years.
Well, he's been busy. I mean, he's been busy, and rightfully so. The Last of Us has been pretty good.
Sure, I understand. But my point is just that I've kind of not have the kind of hype and expectation. I mean, we're 2 days away from this, and usually I would be like, smoking meat right now, trying to get some brisket ready for this, and starting to do something for this. But I'm also just not. But I will say this: I think that episode 1, March 1st, my favorite month of the year, my favorite.
March,
2 months is March and October.
My birth month and your birth month,
and it's March 1st. Here in a couple days. My birthday is just some days away from that, And I assume that I'll watch this first episode. I assume that it's going to be great. And I assume that it will put me back on this hype train. And I will be back here talking about, let's do a spoiler show or something. But I don't know. I've kind of lost my hype. So my question that I want to ask or propose to us is, what are our expectations or our thoughts, or what do we want from Mandalorian Season 3? And that's what my answer is. My answer is, I just kind of want some hype back. I want something that's going to
make me really get back on this train. Because when I first watched Mandalorian, the very first season, I remember thinking, this is the greatest thing Star Wars ever made. And I watched it, and I just want to feel that way again. So that's the only expectation that I have. Is it's not an expectation, but it's what I want. I want to be sucked back into the Star Wars world, because we also haven't and won't have any movies and stuff, anything like that, it seems, for a little while. So if this is what we're going to have, I hope that I hope that it can suck me back in, like I said, and make me really want to binge and be, this is a weekly release, so this should be one that we should be staying up and Skype watching together at 2 a.m. because it's so freaking good. So that's what I want. I'll propose to you the same question, Noah. A couple days away, where is your excitement level for Mandalorian 3 first? And then secondly, what do you want from this?
What are you looking for?
Let me ask you something really quick. Do you think that the reason that the first season, because I feel like you and a lot of other fans are just are a lot like this, the first season was so great. I mean, I don't know if it was specifically because of this, but the lack of lightsabers, the fact that they weren't focused on that, they were focused on the smaller man, the more regular doings of the universe than
I love that, but I mean, listen, if you know anything about me, I love some lightsabers.
Okay, which leads me into my excitement level is pretty high, because I, as far as I can remember, because it has been so far since season 2 came out, I think Mando's gonna get the dark saber in this, right?
And he has the dark saber, right?
Right. Right. But he's gonna start actually getting to use it, and that does give me a little bit of excitement. That makes me be like, oh, okay, all right. I love Pedro Pascal, and with that armor and that blade, he's gonna look super awesome. And I'm pretty excited to see him shred. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty good. And I watched the first trailer. I did not watch the second trailer, but the first trailer looked visually, it made me very excited. There was a shot of a couple of different colored helmets, Mando helmets, and one of them was just matte white, and it almost looked like a stormtrooper, and it was awesome. It made me very excited for it. I watched that trailer a couple of times, and I didn't even remember that he had the saber until just now. So
yeah, for sure. And what do you what are you expecting, or what do you want most from this? You want more lightsaber, more Ahsoka Tano, more stuff like that?
I would say, yeah, I like Ahsoka quite a bit. And it would be pretty cool to give the little baby a tiny lightsaber,
Grogu. Well, he got offered Yoda's lightsaber, remember?
Right.
And he turned it down because he would rather have Mando.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember.
We'll
but
see.
Obviously, so he'll get his own eventually, I think.
Yeah. That's the other thing, right? I mean, clearly from your perspective, and I'm not far off from where you are, to be honest. It's been a while since we've seen this. What's going on? It's been so freaking long that we've now forgot if he even has the fucking Darksaber or not. This is my point.
Right.
There should have been no book of bullshit. But, we got through it.
Here's another question. Do you think that we'll see, is it Cal? Is that his name from the Fallen Order?
Man, I don't know. I'm tired of doing that, though. I'm tired of the whole, will we finally see him?
I've never even played it.
If we're going to see Cal, I'd rather see Kal-El. Somehow make that happen.
Okay.
Let's bring back Henry Cavill. Mm-hmm. It can be his final Superman appearance. He goes toe-to-toe with Luke. Mm-hmm. And he gets defeated.
And then Goku comes and fights the winner.
Right, and then at the very end, Ultra Instinct Shaggy comes in and just smokes a big J in front of everybody.
Yes.
All right.
Finish.
All right, guys. But for real, what are you guys' thoughts? What are your, first of all, what's your excitement level for Mandalorian Season 3? Has it been too long for you? Do you remember what's going on completely? Do you need to get caught back up? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we're going to jump into our third main topic today. And our third main topic today is this. So, SAG Awards just happened. And, obviously, big winner, everything, everywhere, all at once. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. But one thing I did want to talk about, one big winner coming out of the SAG Awards is Brendan Fraser, none other than our boy. I'm going to call him, I grew up on Brendan Fraser mummy movies, and Monkey Bone is probably my favorite Brendan Fraser movie. But in the category of for outstanding performance by a male actor in a leading role. So this is basically the equivalent of Best Actor for the Academy Award. The nominations or the nominees were as follows: Austin Butler for the movie Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser, of course, your winner, for The Whale, Bill Nighy for Living, and Adam Sandler for Hustle. First of all, I just want to shout out the SAG Awards for nominating Adam Sandler for Hustle. That movie was great and very unexpected, and has not gotten enough of the whatever it deserves. It deserves way more than this. Sadly for me, I have not had the chance to see The Whale, so I cannot say if Brendan Fraser deserves this over the rest of these guys. Honestly, the only thing I've seen on this list, it looks like, is Hustle. So I'll never watch Elvis, that's for sure. The Banshees of Inisherin is something that I would have to get to years from now, and then I don't even know what Living is. So, yeah, I would say that, I don't know if it's well-deserved, but I just want to say congratulations, Brendan Fraser. I'm glad that, we just had that interview with Shelley Duvall, and it's kind of like this time of all these old people, older actors that had all this success, but nobody gave them real recognition, and now they're kind of being recognized for being great and talented actors as well. And so I'm glad this is happening. I'm glad Brendan Fraser has won this award. In the same sense, there's the kid from Temple of Doom, from Indiana Jones. What's his name? He Who Kwan or whatever. Same thing. Same thing with him.
What's his name?
I can't remember what it is for sure.
Dr. Jones.
Round Eye or whatever is what they call him, right? In the
the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, anyway, so this was like I said, I'm just happy. I'm happy that these actors are finally getting the recognition that they deserve and they need. So, Noah, you're hearing this. What are your thoughts? Yeah, short round. That's it. You had the. He Who Kwan. That's it. Thank you. You had the chance to. Have you had the chance, A, to see any of these films on the list?
No.
And B, what are your thoughts on Brendan Fraser winning this award? And how do you know Brendan Fraser? What Brendan Fraser movies did you grow up on?
Bro, well, I liked Journey
to the Center of the Earth. Yeah, gross.
Huh?
That's
I
crazy.
Liked it when I was kid. The Mummy was great too, but George of the Jungle is probably my favorite, low key. When I was a kid, definitely my favorite. Look out for that tree.
Yeah, for sure. That's a classic.
I've seen the trailer for The Whale, and I've been meaning to go see it. Of all the ones on that list, I think it's probably the only one that I will make time to go see.
Man, if you haven't seen Hustle, it's on Netflix, man. Check it out, dude.
I will probably.
It's a basketball movie, and it's true story type shit based off of real stuff. You will love that movie. You will call me immediately when it's over, and you'll be like, "Damn, bro! Damn! These fools out here making Academy level movies and nobody even knew it."
For sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, and I think that the thing with, Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler, all of these people, I don't want to say wash-ups, but Hollywood has a way of if you're not young and hot and committed to a certain.
It's the old, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, exactly. Then you get kind of pushed out to the side, And the people who are the really talented actors, they end up doing things that, even if they end up being underappreciated, which thankfully people are becoming more and more aware of these people, which hopefully, leads to massive success for Forest Hills. Obviously, shout out Shelley Duvall. But like all of these people who were in a sense pushed out of Hollywood or left Hollywood, they decide to come back and do something, worthwhile. And obviously it's paying off for Brendan Fraser, and good for him, because like he deserves it. Like he was always an incredible actor. I always as silly as Journey to the Center of the Earth was, I was like, oh man, like that guy's cool.
Yeah, he is. He was, bro. He was also like good looking and like fit. Like he was, The Rock has really ruined us for what like the image of like badass
but I
he
do
looks
love
like.
him, though.
And he also did that movie right after. Right. He did the sequel without Brendan Fraser. But Brendan Fraser is nothing compared to The Rock. But man, he was he was like a good shape for a dude in Hollywood at the time.
For sure. I mean,
he
was definitely handsome. He looks like like young Tom Cruise almost when he's
he was buffer, man. He looked great, man.
Yeah,
he looked like he deserved that role. And it makes sense why they casted The Rock next, because he still brought that physical presence,
Right.
But yeah, I was never been a fan. Have you ever seen the movie Monkey Bone?
No.
Oh man, you got to see Monkey Bone. Go check out the trailer for it if you haven't seen it. But yeah, guys, you guys are hearing this news. Brendan Fraser, best actor for The Whale. Have you seen The Whale? Is this deserving? You let me know. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.
Hey, what about that? I think it's a Martin Scorsese movie, The Killers of the Flower. Yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, that hasn't came out yet.
I know, but he's supposed to be in that, right?
Who?
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he's in it.
That's awesome. Alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, like he literally is amongst like the best actors on the planet.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that obviously shows where his ability lies.
Yeah, definitely.
It's great to see like people who like I'm always happy to see people like talented people get appreciated especially for their hard work.
Yeah,
it probably
definitely
took a lot for him to come back in and do the role. Like
no doubt.
Role.
Same with Shelley Duvall, same with all these people. But anyways, let's move on to our fourth main topic today. And our fourth main topic today is this. So, obviously, on the topic of the SAG Awards, as expected, Everything Everywhere All at Once pretty much swept. Let's read a little bit of this article that we have here from the guys over at Variety. A24 just swept the Screen Actor Guild Awards. Thanks to Everything Everywhere All at Once's massive showing throughout the night, the multiverse movie took home 4 wins at the 2023 SAG Awards ceremony, and Brendan Fraser's victory for The Whale, thus making this the first time in history that a studio has captured every major film prize, minus the Stunts Award that went to Top Gun Maverick. This colossal night for A24 feature, Everything Everywhere All at Once, directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, started early with Jamie Lee Curtis, who won for actress in a supporting role. Next up was Ki-Hoo Kwan, taking home the trophy for outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting role. That was followed by Michelle Yeoh, who won for actress in a leading role. And then the show closed with a win for best performance by a cast in a motion picture. These 4 wins for Everything Everywhere All at Once broke the SAG record for most wins by a single film at the show. Look, I have been saying for it feels like a year, this is the best movie that has been made in the last year. It is great. I expected it to win every award, everywhere, all at the time. I've been saying that since you saw it. I've made, thumbnails about it. I knew that this would happen. The Academy Awards is, not far away, and I expect similar results. I expect this to be up as one of the most nominated and the most winning Academy Award films
ever. So I'm glad this is not. Listen, this is just another day at the office for everything, everywhere, all at once. This isn't a shocker to me. I'm glad that everyone else is. We're all in agreement that this is great, and that it's the greatest movie that came out in this last year. So I'm happy with that. Noah, you're hearing this. Does this surprise you? What are your thoughts?
Well, I see. I haven't seen the movie, and we've been talking about it for a year because it came out March of 2020 last year.
Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah.
No, March 11th, 2022. Yeah, I was still at Chester's.
Same day the Forest Hills comes out this year.
Beautiful. I was still at Chester's because I remember we were talking about it there, and I have not seen it yet. Like I've been meaning to see it for that long, and like even back then I knew that it's going to be an incredible movie. Like I've seen the trailers for it, and like we've talked about it, and I've been so excited to see it. I'm bad about sitting down and watching movies, but it's high on my list, and I'm sure it deserves everything it gets. I mean, and speaking of short round, right? Like that's the same guy. That's good for him, you know. And I'm a huge Jamie Lee Curtis fan.
Yep, there's another one. Yeah, these are huge actors and actresses from our childhood, like I said, that are finally getting that recognition that they deserve.
Exactly.
So
that's exactly what I was trying
cool
to
to
say.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
know,
why
for
I
Michelle
Yeoh,
the lead of this, just right before this, like her agents and stuff were telling her like, hey, you're pretty much done. Like you look too old, and nobody really wants to cast you.
Now she's in the Marvel movie too. She's in Shang-Chi.
Yep, for sure. So, but yeah, guys, you guys are hearing this. What are your guys' thoughts on, everything, everywhere, all at once, sweeping the SAG Awards? It's technically A24. And that's another thing we didn't talk about, but this A24 movie studio, man, is really doing it right. People want to talk about movies and, they don't make movies. These people make movies. Go fucking see them. But what do you guys think? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we're going to jump into our fifth and final main topic today. And that main topic is this.
It is National Pokemon Day, and I would be an idiot and going against every fiber of my being if we didn't talk about something Pokemon on this particular day. So I want to talk about and pose two questions to us. And the first question is favorite Pokemon and why? And the second question is moving forward into this next year, what would you want to see announced the most? Like a live action, an animated, anything you want, a game, I don't care, as long as it's Pokemon themed. And I will start us off. We'll go back and forth between all four of these. So I will kick us off with favorite Pokemon.
And this is always a shocker and a surprise to everybody. I won't be to Noah or anyone that really knows me. But my favorite Pokemon is Onix. I love Onix because I love Brock. I always thought Brock was the coolest. And he was one of my favorite characters from the animated series. And of course, Brock had an Onix who was like his best friend, and he could ride him, and he's huge, and he's powerful. And I always loved that. I even named my cat Onix because of it. So, but yeah, now I'll throw it over to you quickly. Noah, favorite Pokemon?
I mean, Charizard was always my favorite Pokemon as a child. Like I was always, any of the three evolutions of him. I'm probably gonna say Charizard, but I also really like these two. Rayquaza is awesome. Has always been a favorite, and Groudon. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick one, Like.
Yeah, for sure.
And
you want to pick them all.
Go, yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of it. On Pokemon Go, I have a shiny. Shiny Raikou, and that's pretty cool. I like him a lot. I like a lot of the legendaries. The legendary dogs, like Entei was always a favorite of mine. Which one is that in? Pokemon Forever? Is that the one?
Yeah, for me, the only legendary stuff really was like Dragonite was kind of legendary at the time. And then like Lugia and really like
and
Zapdos
cool.
and Articuno and Moltres.
The birds, I always like the birds too.
Yeah, I mean, it was all great, but yeah. And then,
We'll stay with Charizard. I'll say Charizard.
Okay, and then moving forward,
what I would like to see is I would like to see the announcement of a live action, honestly, almost shot for shot remake of that original 96 or 98 Pokemon, the first movie. Honestly, they redid it a few years ago and basically shot for shot remake with the new voice cast and completely updated graphic CG that looks absolutely beautiful. And we had that Detective Pikachu movie that I felt fell flat because it lacked it. It really needed Ash, and it needed Ash's Pikachu, and it needed the characters and the things that we know. It needed gyms. It needed the story. And the story again, we talk about it all the time after seeing that
movie. The true story of Pokemon is the relationship between Ash and his Pikachu. I mean, that's the real story of Pokemon, other than the fact that you want to catch them all. And again, that movie starts with a dude that doesn't even want a Pokemon, bro. He lives in a world where Pokemon exist, and he's the one fucking shitty asshole that doesn't want one.
Right.
And this is the dude we're making the movie about. Let's focus on this guy. There's 8 billion people in the world, all have a Pokemon but him. This guy is the star of the movie. So hopefully we could get some sort of announcement. I mean, the thing is, we only had that one movie, and it didn't completely fall flat box office. I don't think it made any money. It might have barely broke even, maybe lost a little, made a little, somewhere like that. But I don't know. I think we can still do. It's the biggest IP in the world, man. We should be able to do a better fucking live action Pokemon movie. Just give me Ash Ketchum, man.
Man, right?
Give me Ash Ketchum, and don't give me Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu.
And I need Brock too. I need Brock.
I mean, I cried so much from a character whose literal only word that he could speak in existence was Pika.
Pika.
And variations of it.
It's like Groot. It's just like
Pika
Groot.
P, right? I go back to that shot of Ash and Stone, and Pikachu's like Pikachu, trying to shock him back to life, and Pikachu. Right? I mean, I don't need Ryan Reynolds to play that voice. I just give me Pikachu, give me Ash Ketchum, give me the original characters.
It's crazy because Pikachu's like the one Pokemon that's
unique.
Right.
Like that Pikachu specifically, though, bro, Noah. Yeah. He doesn't want to be in a ball. He doesn't want to, all the shit normal Pokemon are like pets, basically. Pikachu's like, nah, bro, I'm a dude, man. I ain't trying to fucking be treated like a pet.
Right.
I want to be loved like a brother. And that happens.
I think the fact that he does just say Pika is one of the things that it's just you can't just just have Ryan Reynolds play Ash then. You know?
Right, I guess.
If you but anyways, that's
do it.
It's just hard to do something like that where one of the main characters, I mean, they did it well with the anime obviously, but it's just it would be really hard to fully capture when one of the characters doesn't really speak or really only says one word, you know?
But bro, that's so not true. I mean, listen, I grew up on a film franchise series that had over 5 or 6, and I owned them all on VHS and watched them repeatedly. Right. And that series is called Air Bud.
Oh man!
You ever heard of Air Bud? My boy Air Bud didn't speak a word in 6 films, and I owned them all and watched them all. And all he had to do was be a hooping ass dog for me to be like, this dude go hard.
Right.
I didn't need all of that other shit.
But that was a real dog, you know.
Pikachu's real too, man.
You could just paint a dog and
make it real. Just paint a rat yellow. I mean, that's basically what he is.
Big rat.
But guys, I'll ask you guys the same question. Actually, I haven't had a chance to ask you, Noah. What would you want to see the most from something live action or animated series or a game? What do you want the most from Pokemon moving forward?
I would like to see a live action movie where excuse me, I'm forgetting his name right now. Oh my goodness. Where he plays Smeagol. He plays Smeagol.
Circus, Andy Circus.
Andy Serkis, where Andy Serkis and with his CGI plays Mewtwo.
Oh God,
And
that'd be great.
I don't care whatever else. Like I would like I don't want like a terrible like Detective Pikachu. I would prefer an Ash.
Yeah,
Ketchum
give me
and a
that.
Pikachu.
Give me that
Like,
Mewtwo movie. That movie is Mewtwo's movie, bro.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
the
That's what
whole
I'm saying.
point is
Just do that, but live action. I mean,
I never
would
grew
be
so much in my
fine with
entire
that.
existence.
Just
from-
make Andy Serkis to Mewtwo.
like
'cause
one
that
of
would be
my
perfect.
biggest role models in life, like that taught me the most in my existence, is Mewtwo.
Yeah, for
Does
sure.
that make me a
For
crazy
sure.
person for saying that? Because
No,
it
no,
sounds
no,
like
for-
it, but man, like just the way that movie opens with his eyes closed and you see
Yeah.
black and you just hear his thoughts. You know, what am I?
Well,
Why
it's just,
am I
mean,
here?
it's just like for a child's movie, it's just such an existential
Ugh,
villain
so good.
because like they created
That's
him and
so
he's like
good.
he
Yes,
that's
and he
just
does-
like us.
that's just
We were all
us.
created-
That's
we're
all
created,
of us.
but
We all none
he
of
was
us understand
created
our purpose.
specifically for a weapon.
And then there's the
You
ending
know?
where he flies up and he's like, I see now that the circumstances of one's life matter not.
Right,
It's
right.
what you do with the
With
gift
it,
called
for sure.
life that
For
really
sure.
fucking
For
matters.
sure.
And you
That's like
just-
childhood me is just like doof.
Right?
You know?
I mean, I just remember thinking like, damn, like this dude gets it, man. Like,
sure.
but at the same time, all the way through this film, and this is why he's one of the greatest villains ever, because he's based off one of the greatest villains ever. He's Darth Vader, bro. He's Darth
yes,
Vader,
for sure.
literally. He's
For
got
sure.
the Force, like he's woman, killing motherfuckers and shit,
when
like
he-
all
when-
through
yeah,
the movie.
when Darth-
But he has his
because-
redemption arc, just like Anakin does,
Well,
right?
and, like he came from a piece. I mean, like Mew was like a pure creation. It was like the chosen thing.
Right,
You know
yeah,
what I
for
mean? And
sure.
It took a bit of that and
For sure.
turn it into something
For sure.
science created.
And it is, like I said, like
it's a
everything
monster.
about it is really great. Like, and that movie could, I think it'd do well, like doing it again, but like live action, But guys, what are you guys' thoughts? What do you want to see the most from Pokemon? What's your favorite Pokemon? Definitely let me know your favorite Pokemon down in the comment section below. All right.
Toys.
With that down, we are all out of main topics today. And, it's a late night and we haven't been around here in a little while. So, not any chats or questions as expected. But it's been fun. It's been chill. It's been chill.
RuneScape might be calling my name now.
Yeah, right. I'm definitely full of energy now at this point. That's for sure.
That was fun.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of fun. It's getting warm in here under all these lights too, for sure. I'm glad I made a spot where I can open up the door and let in some cool
Fresh air.
But yeah, no, man, this was fun. Hopefully we can have you on more, man.
Yeah.
We can.
We'll definitely we like we've been talking about. We'll make this a more regular thing. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed it every time that I've been on.
I've been watching it on the stream. Even checked the sound a few times, and I mean,
it looks pretty good.
your honestly, your audio sounds great. I mean, if we could just get you a better camera, I think that would help a ton. So
Yeah, for sure it would. I would still take the mic though.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would help a lot too. But.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we are probably going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys joining us for another installment of the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel.
Luki Dookie was sick today, so hopefully he will be back
So
around
am I clearly, but
in the next couple of days. Yeah. No, if you didn't notice,
he recently received a COVID shot right in the smack in the middle of his forehead.
No, that's my
And,
third eye opening from the
it
Mewtwo.
it responded it had a very bad response.
I
to
did not
the,
endorse that statement.
Was that the Pfeiffer or which one was that? The
Johnson,
Pfizer or JJ? Oh no.
The instant shot.
Usually, I don't judge anybody, but usually I just prefer one Johnson at a time. So
Yeah.
it's a little difficult when you got, Johnson and
Well, unfortunately, it's a family
Johnson.
company.
It is. No tears. Can't cry. All right. But anyways, guys,
Except
this
the people
is
who are filing lawsuits against them.
like
Anyway.
I said, this has been a lot of fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Don't forget, we do have our interview up with Shelley Duvall. Go check it out if you haven't already. We do have this amazing Forest Hills poster that she did autograph for us, and it looks amazing. Look at her beautiful autograph up there. Studio's really coming together. Can't wait for it to get finished and to be complete. So, but yeah, guys, I have been joined today by my friend, colleague, and co-host, Noah Farney. Noah,
co-host.
Thanks for joining us, buddy. Where can people find you at?
I am on Instagram at Noah Farney. I sometimes check Twitter. I don't have the app, but I'll sometimes get on there. Instagram definitely is the way to go. At Noah Farney.
At Noah Farney. And guys, you know where to find me. You can find me on Twitter and now on Instagram as well. At Keaton Toothman on both. And yeah, make sure you guys go join us, follow there, hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. Make sure you guys are following us and have those notification bells on so you guys know when we're going live. But yeah, we will I'm going to try to get out tomorrow too and see either Knock at the Cabin or Cocaine Bear. So one of those two.
Cocaine Bear looks pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. They honestly, Knock at the Cabin looks great too. I'm going to go out and try to see one of those. I will have my daughter. She is a little fidgety, but I could see her going for the Cocaine Bear. Though.
Yeah, definitely Cocaine Bear.
The Cocaine Bear. But I will say this: she is just Noah in the last 48 hours. I would say we together, at her request, have watched Freddy vs. Jason about 8 times.
Wow.
Yep.
Killer mommy.
This morning, I woke up.
She thinks he's a superhero.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, correct.
Jason.
Jason, that's right.
Yeah.
And kind of is in that story at least.
I mean, yeah.
And I woke up this morning, early 7 o'clock or so. There's some construction going on outside of the house, and I quickly had time for a quick shower before she woke up. And I was just sitting down on the couch, and had just finished getting dressed. And she comes out, and she's rubbing her eyes. She goes, "Daddy?" And I go, "Yeah, good morning, baby." And she goes, "Watch Jason. And I was like, okay. 7:48 in the morning. Let's throw on Freddy vs. Jason. And we watched it all the way through. And then, we had lunch and all that, and she wanted to watch it again. She's
a fearless child.
Loves the Freddy vs. Jason, yeah. So maybe Knock at the Cabin. Maybe she's gonna be a horror baby.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll look into it, but I don't know.
Than a cocaine baby, I suppose.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think they take those away from you at least.
Yeah, usually.
But guys, I will let you know.
Well, it's better. It's either that or The Omen. Oh my god!
Keep an eye out. Noah, again, thanks for being here tonight. Yeah. And we will see you guys around the channel tomorrow. We will be back here somewhere around the same time. Probably not as late as we did today. Around 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we will see you guys then.